Hello dear student, welcome back. You all are here again with me with new video. Today we are going to talk about all these things that you can see around me. These are indispensable things to us, and these are the things without we cannot sustain our life over this earth. Is it possible? No, it's not possible. Let's talk about the earth. Let's talk about the environment today. Dear student, this is your lesson number 5, The Ailing Planet, The Great Moments Role, written by Nani Palkiwala. This is not a story. This is an article written by Nani Palkiwala in 1994 in the Indian Express about declining health of the environment, the earth. Right, and through this article he brought in our notice about that how in 1972 first nationwide Green Party was established in the New Zealand, and since then it has not looked back. Why? Because the moment it has started was so successful. How? Because this was the first time in the world who has gripped the imagination of humankind and compelled the people to change their attitude from the mechanistic to the holistic and ecological. Right? And his idea was as revolutionary because it has made such a change in human perceptions, which was so much revolutionary, and it was so revolutionary and as a revolutionary that introduced by Copernicus in the 16th century to the humankind that all the planets and the earth revolve around the sun. And then human began to realize that this earth is a living organism and it has its own metabolic needs that should be respected and should be preserved. In 18, right, all the human have begun to realize that yes, we should do something positive and good to this earth to preserve. In 1987, the World Commission for the Environment established, and it gives the idea of development, and they gave the idea of development that we need to make that kind of development in which we can cater the need of present generations without compromising the ability of future generations that they will need. In the zoo at Lusaka, Zambia, there is a cage, and there you can see the notice, world's most dangerous animal. But when you get inside that cage, you can see that there is a mirror in which you can see yourself, which means human is the most dangerous animal of this earth. Thanks to the various agencies of the world who are consistently and continuously awareing the people about this. And the people also have realized that system based on domination has to be shifted toward the partnership. See, the scientist has catalogued almost 1.4 million living species with which we share the earth. 1 million is equal to 10 lakh. Think about 1.4 million species with which we share the earth. And biologists reckons, and they estimated is varied. They said that 3 to 100 million species are there, which are still uncatalogued, and they are living in languish and named in ignorant darkness. One of the early international commission dealt inter alia with the question on ecology and environment was the Brent Commission, in which one of the distinguished Indian, Mr. L.K. Jha, was the member, and he has reported that are we to leave our successors a scorched planet, advancing desert, impoverished landscape, and the ailing planet and ailing environment. Later, Mr. Brown reported in his thoughtful book, The Global Economic Prospect, that Earth is divided into 4 principal biological systems. These are forest, fishery, cropland, and grassland. And all these 4 comprises the foundation of global economic system. And addition to supplying the food to the world and to the population, it supplies raw material to the industry. But here the concernable thing is that we have already reached at the unsustainable level. We are using things more than our need. Too much use of fishery means the collapse of fishery. The grassland has been converted into the barren land, and the cropland is already become so deteriorated because of heavily used pesticide insecticides. As far as concern about the forests are being cut, there are many countries whose conditions are already critical, right? There, the fuels are more expensive than their eatables. In the world of Mr. Mayers, since the tropical forest is the powerhouse of evolutions, and extinction and decimation of this forest means the extinction of several species. It has been well said that the forest precedes mankind, desert follow. See, the ancient patrimony of these forests, we are losing 40 to 50 million an acre a year. Right? And World Bank has estimated that till 2000, we have to plant and to make plantations five-fold, 5 गुना अधिक plantation करनी पड़ेगी just to fulfill our fuel demands. See, we are in 2020. James Smith, the president of the World Resource Institute, said that we are saying that we are losing our forest an acre a second, but it is much closer to the 1.5 acre in a second. Okay. The Indian constitutions provide that the state shall endeavor to protect the wildlife and the environment of the country. State will take the step to preserve and to protect the environment. But it's a matter of great concern, a matter of great shame to the Indian that Indian never respected the law nor enforced the law properly. That, see, we have example that we have a law against the bonded labor, still it is in existence and flourishing continuously. And we have a law against untouchability since 1947. You can see that it is flourishing continuously and shamelessly. Now, as far as concerned about the forest here, the Parliament's Estimate Committee said that, and it has highlighted some near catastrophic depletion of the forest for the last 4 decades in India. It says that we are losing the forest about 3.7 million an acre a year. But here, anomaly is that an area officially designated the forest are already virtually treeless. It means we need to make plantation in many fold area of the land. And for the 3 years, United Nations were conducting the survey through satellite and aerial photography, and they have shown to the countries that there are many countries of the world who are already in a bad condition, in a critical situations. Yes, one of the strongest factor to destroying the forest and decimating the forest is the growing population of the world. Till 1800, there was only the 1 billion population of the globe, and it added one more till 1900, then becomes 2, and till next 100, it added 3.7 billion, right? Now here you can see the world populations today. Fertility falls as income rises, education spread and health improves. Development is the best contraceptive to all. But development may not be possible if the number increase continuously. They are the person and they're the poor who thought that, producing more children means more income. That's not so. Think about that you have a holding of a land, and with the passage of time you will get divided, and in that division you will get the small part of that holding. And how much can you get and how much you can produce there? And at the same time you are producing the more children. So more children doesn't mean, and don't mean here that you will have more income. That's not so. More children and more people means more people without work. So your topmost priority should be to get good education, and if you are educated, so you will automatically get give the top priority to adult family planning. That is the best contraceptive, because no one can force you to adopt the family planning, but you have to check this number, right? No government can force you to sterilize, and forcibly none can do that. That's our own, हमारी अपनी choice है, that what is our topmost priority. And everybody is aware that India's population is almost 1,035 crores, and that can be more than that. No doubt government also should take some strict step, but it is our own choice also. हमारा अपना भी कहीं ना कहीं यार हमारी अपनी भी accountability है, हमारी अपनी कोई ना कोई responsibility होती है, and how we can give best educations to our children, right? That's what we have to think. यही तो हमें सोचना पड़ेगा. So dear student, this is all about here. The concern we shown through this article, right? For the first time in the history of the world, we have begun to realize that yes, history we see a transcending concern, the survival not just the people but for the planet. We have begun to take holistic view for the very base and the existence of this earth. See, the environment problem is not necessarily the signal of our demise, but this can be the passport for our future. New emerging world is the era of responsibility, right? So here, it is an ecological view. It's an holistic view where we want to see this world as integrated whole rather than a dissociated collection of parts. Industry has most crucial role to play in the era of responsibility. You can see in regard of Mr. Atker Bullard, who 5 years ago declared himself company's chief environment officer. Just by saying that if you want your existence continuously as a leading manufacturer, so you have to do some excel work in the environment. Margaret Thatcher, she was the Prime Minister of England and she has delivered many speeches during her Prime Ministership, but none was as beautiful as this line. She said that no generation has a freehold on this earth. All we have is a life tenancy with full repairing lease, which means don't try to become the owner of this earth and owner of any land and any areas, because we all are the tenant over this earth, and to preserve it and to keep it, protect करके रखना, इसको संभाल के रखना, ठीक से care करना, that is kiraya of this earth from us. And next very important thing, Mr. Lester Brown said that we have not inherited this earth from our forefather, but we have borrowed it from our children. Means अपने अपने बुजुर्गों से नहीं ली है ये, या अमर उत्तराधिकार में नहीं मिली है, अपने बच्चों से उधार में ली है. What does it mean? It means that use the every possible resources, but with care, so that we can hand over this earth safely to our future generation. So dear student, that's it. That was the lesson number 5. Ailing planet, of course it is ailing planet, because we have made so much ruckus and we have polluted it so much. So choice is here. Do you want to make any improvement in it? और या फिर इसको इसी स्थिति में in that state ये है, उसी स्थिति में आप इसको रखना चाहते हो? So choice is here. But here, thanks to the Nani Palkibara who brought that beautiful article through the Indian Express to us, who aware us about the declining health of Earth, and who brought in our knowledge that there was the Green Party which exists in 1972 in New Zealand, and how this party aware of humankind about declining health of the earth. Not only that, but also it obvious that how there are 4 principal biological system which made the foundation of global economic system, and how overuse of anything is bad. It is the way you are using the fish. Too much use of fish is what? The collapse. And too much cutting the forest means the collapse of the forest, because you have heard that the tropical forest is a storehouse of power, but destroying all these things means destruction of everything, environment. So keep and to take care of this environment is the topmost priority, and you all should give. That's it. That was today's lesson here, and stay in touch and stay connected for the next video. Thank you.